Radio, home of the big hits. Whitney Houston, legendary. Oh, the man that I need. It's on the night shift on Next Radio 106.1. Daniel Irish is my name. I'm the doctor of small animals. You can call me the national badminton champion. And I'm with you until midnight. We're just getting started. The singles edition for tonight is pretty fired up because I'm not just on the show alone. I am joined by Ken from Perfume Plus. Ken, good evening and welcome to Next Radio.
Good evening, Iris. No, everything has to work in the right time.
Regardless. Good to see you, Ken. First things first, I'd like you to tell me about your brand, Perfume Plus. What makes it special or different?
Okay, Perfume Plus is a journey. It's a journey of fragrances. It's an entity that tries to bring out the best. It's an entity that tries to make people feel good, smell good. You know, we are trying to create awareness. It's not just a question of the perfume being sold, but it's a question of letting the public more about appreciating the culture of perfumes, appreciating the beauty of perfumes, why we need to have these perfumes, what is the need of having these fragrances. So all packaged up, we try to bring and fashion people. So hand in hand with fashion, but we also try to bring the element of beauty of perfumes.
Which is why I'll ask you, why do we need perfumes?
That is a very interesting question. Also, we need to have fragrances for very many reasons. One, I would say perfumes boosts your confidence. When you wear a perfume and you move everywhere, you know, when you're so guilt up, bold up, you know, the confidence is high.
Perfumes are worn, not sprayed.
Yes, perfume.
So we are clear.
We have to be very clear.
Okay.
So two, again, we wear perfumes to make us feel attractive.
You walk into a room, you get into an interview, you're smelling good, and you feel like, yes, here we are.
Most importantly, perfumes make us have what you call aphrodisiac moments. Yes.
That sounds sexy.
That is why another reason is you buy perfumes, because perfumes gives you memories. It triggers memories.
Yes.
You can remember somebody, somewhere, an event, a date night, you know. And that is why, to quote Chanel says, a woman will remember not for how she appeared, but by the last scent that she wore. So that is why we say perfumes triggers memories. Another thing we would say, you need to buy these fragrances because it's aromatic and therapeutic as well. Because, you know, sometimes there are fragrances that have been proved over time. When you sniff them, you just feel like quite everything is intact.
Yeah.
So there's quite many reasons I would name from 1 to 10, but those are just few reasons why we need to.
Why everyone needs a perfume.
But above all, to summarize, you need to look attractive, boost your confidence, and triggers memories.
Okay. Let's talk about Perfume Plus. How long have you guys been in business?
We've been in business now quite after COVID. So after COVID, when we were in the back of the beds and we were thinking of what to do. So we were two guys and a lady, and one approaches and say,
no, so that's a threesome.
That's the most
Carry on. Yeah.
So this idea was born and bred among two gentlemen and a lady. So in between, we are trying to do a comparison between who owns more fragrances and why they own this kind of fragrances. And then we realized there was a missing gap in Uganda. And we realized most people who sell fragrances in Uganda, one is either they are not very authentic, because if you do a lot of research, you find out that most complaint comes because of originality.
Yeah.
So we realized there's an element of originality. And then two, there was an appreciation. The Ugandan culture was coming up. I did a lot of some small research, and I found there are men who appreciate fragrances. But the point is, where do we get these fragrances?
Yeah.
So now we had to fill the gap. So we said we're going to cater for those people who really need genuine fragrances, and those people who want to also uplift their shelves.
Okay.
And that is now the gap came in. And we said, let's offer the opportunity for those who would afford, let them come in. So
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant. So then how does one know that this perfume is authentic or genuine?
That is a very good question. Because you look at fragrances, most times people want value for their money.
Yeah.
And in most cases, they're cut off from this. And it's for that reason, there are very basic issues that you need to understand when you're buying fragrances or differentiate between original and fake.
Yeah.
Number one, to differentiate between the two, you need to come with what we call, you need an app called a scan reader.
Yes.
So this read the barcode of any item wherever it's bought. So normally it has a code that you can scan, but that is not very important yet. You still need to have what you call a cosmetic check.
What's that? How is it even done?
So a cosmetic check is equally an app, but differentiated from the barcode scanner. This one reads the serial number. So under the serial number, you can log into the cosmetic check, and it gives you exactly which place the perfume was made and which batch number. 2, you also need to do 3. You also need to do some little bit of research when you're buying these fragrances. You need to get a real product and compare it. You can go online and do a small check and see how does the box appear, what are the features of a bottle, how does it appear, because generally you will find most dupes, they have a slight difference or major differences.
Yeah.
So when you establish from the internet with the original one and fake, then you will see there's an established. But all these you have to get it from a well credible website. I always tell people to go to the official websites.
Yeah.
And then most above all, just go and buy to genuine stores. And that is why we are there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking to Ken from the Perfume Plus on Next Radio 106.1, and we're having a conversation around perfumes, why Uganda needs to have perfumes anyway, and why people should actually walk into stores to buy these. Is it just to show off, or there's actually quite more to perfumes? You're talking about genuine perfumes, and I was thinking about something here, and forgive me.
No problem.
The packaging, can it be reused to repack? Because I mean, we've seen this with soda, we've seen this with drinking water,
Yes.
where empties are reused and recycled, and and the product repackaged.
Yes.
Is it this case for perfumes as well?
Not really, because perfumes have what you call an atomizer. So the atomizer of a fragrance is quite totally different from the ones of sodas, because the atomizer only has like an outlet. So in most cases, it's very, very hard for somebody to repackage unless he has gone to the extremes of getting everything that is needed to have it done. But in most cases, it's absolutely hard.
All right. Well, Ken, I'm going to hold you for a while. I have so many questions about perfumes. I've used perfumes for the last over 30 years, I must be honest. And this conversation only makes sense because now every question that I seem to ask seems to point me to a certain kind of direction. Because normally when I buy a perfume, I want to first sniff and smell it and see whether it's really smells good,
Fantastic.
Yeah, but what else am I ingesting? Is it even wise or safe to just pick every perfume on the shelf as I see or as I could possibly smell it? Is there anything or probably a health concern I should have while choosing a perfume? I think these are things that you and I are going to talk about when we return pretty soon. For now, let's get back to the music. Daniel Irish Kanyerezi is my name. I'm hanging out with Ken on the night shift, and all we're talking is perfumes. What perfume are you using? Have you checked out the Perfume Plus? If you haven't yet, what are you waiting for? Get online right now and check out the website www.theperfumeplusug.com. Yeah. Any health issues that people should be concerned about when it comes to using perfumes?
There's quite a lot of issues. There's quite a lot of issues that you need to understand about fragrances.
Yeah.
And especially if people have, there are people who are asthmatic. So people who are asthmatic, they need to find a fragrance that is a little bit calm to them.
Yeah.
So in line with that, we have what you call the allergens that plays a very huge role in terms of perfume usage. And that is why you find sometimes people have allergies, people have, they say, I used a perfume, but I have a lot of allergies, So when you're using this kind of fragrances, then you need to understand that there are health issues that comes in, because most of the fragrances are made with chemicals. So the concentration of a chemical may be adverse, especially if you have underlying health issues like asthma. But then we still have a solution for such kind of people. So normally we advise people of such kind of nature to use low level concentration, which in a perfumery world we call them the eau fraîcheur.
The eau fraîcheur.
So these are the most light notes that they're used in a perfume. So when you buy such kind of fragrances, you know, most cases you're not going to have allergies, you don't have health issues, because they have very low concentration in terms of the molecules and the oil concentration. So be very careful when you're buying a fragrance, and not even just when you're buying a fragrance, even people around you. Where sometimes you may walk into a room, but you have people who have allergies. So you have to be very mindful about the fragrances that you're wearing, depending to where you're going. And
you may just walk into an interview, and before you know it, your interviewer is irritated, and you've lost everything.
So when you even buying these fragrances, those are some few issues that you need to put in mind. You have to be very accommodative to people around you. So know it very well. So that is one more issue that I would love also to address.
Interesting. So I've seen stuff on different perfumes where you see EDT, you see EDP perfume. What is the difference between these three? Is it a code for perfumes? What is it? Help me understand.
Fantastic question. And this question has been brought up several times. So normally, it plays a very significant role in the perfume world. So EDT, EDP, parfum, extract parfum, and the parfum.
Yeah, it's actually parfum. Forgive me. Yes,
the word is
parfum.
So it's just a question of oil concentration. So in the perfume world, we start from a low concentration to a high concentration. So from a low concentration, you have now what you call the eau fraîcheur. That is the lightest note, which is always between 0 to 7% oil concentration.
Yes.
Then after that, we have what you call the eau de toilette, abbreviated as EDT.
Eau de toilette.
Eau de toilette.
Sounds like it's only used in the toilet.
Not at all. That is just a term to mean an oil concentration level of between 10 to 12%.
And that's French, right?
That is French.
Okay.
Because most perfumes are made, French is normally more known for them.
Yeah.
And the third
Eau de toilette.
The third category is the EDP, which is the eau de parfum.
Eau de parfum.
Yes, so that is a concentration of between 15 to 20%. And then we got the fourth one is called extract de parfum. So that is one of the most highest concentration, between 25 to 35%. So when you're buying a fragrance, if you want a fragrance that is long lasting, a fragrance that is highly concentrated, you go for a fragrance that is high in terms of oil concentration. And we advise people to go for the eau de parfum extract. That is EDP extract. That is the highest concentration.
Eau de parfum extract.
So that is a very dense, very strong fragrance. You understand? But for lighter people who want something that is very calm, fresh all day, I advise them to buy an EDT, which is a eau de toilette.
Eau de toilette.
Yes.
Eau de parfum.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eau de parfum extract.
By the time I'm done, I think I'll be hired at the consulate. The French consulate. Anyhow, moving on. How does one even choose the right perfume?
Interesting, because that is one question that most people find it tricky, because most people just run into a perfume store and before they know it all, they say, I want to buy a perfume.
Yeah.
But now today I want to try and demystify the theory of just walking in and buying a fragrance. So the real reason why you need to buy a perfume, you first have to understand your personality.
Oh.
Yes. Who am I? This is Daniel Iris.
National badminton champion.
Yes. So what do you think I need to wear? Then now we start talking about, I will have fragrances, I classify them. Like for instance, that one I would say, I would categorize that you go for a one night stand fragrance.
Oh, wow. One night stand.
Yes. So these are very high fragrances.
Wow. One night stand. Like as in with the meaning of what we know one night stands for.
Yeah, because that is exactly what you're talking. Because you're a badminton champion.
Exactly.
Right? So you need a one night stand fragrance.
This is interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Two, you are a CEO of an office. That still rotates about your personality.
Yes.
So when you're a CEO, you need to be bold. You need to look authoritative. You need to look assertive. Then buy a fragrance that describes that personality. Two, you are a golfer. You are a sports person. Then you need to find a fragrance that suits that environment. You're a waitress. You work in a nice environment. You need to smell good to the people.
Deodorant is not enough.
Is never enough. So you identify that kind of fragrance. So 2, the kind of job that you're doing also matters when you're buying a fragrance. For instance, if you work in an outdoor, then you need fragrances that speak high.
Yeah.
But when you are in a conducive environment, then you need very low concentrated fragrances because you are within people. So your job, your personality. The third thing I'll talk about, the concentration of the perfume.
Yeah.
So the concentration of a perfume is, for instance, I've just talked about from the eau fraîche to eau de parfum extract. So do you want to buy a perfume that is so loud? Do you want to buy a perfume that is it's dense, or do you want to buy a subtle fragrance? So that informs your type of buying.
Yeah.
Then even 4, you need to know that perfumes also speak about you.
Oh, do they?
They do, because one of the things you need to understand from research, Michael Edwards says that citrus, perfumes are in category of the class, Edwards class.
Yes.
So citrus kind of fragrances are these fragrances that are worn with bold people. People are very assertive. Give an example like a Creed Aventus. It's very citrus, and these are people who wear Creed Aventus are very bold people.
Bold, eccentric.
They look power, they look money, you understand?
Yes.
So that is already what the perfume speaks for you. 2, vanilla scents that are sweet. Normally people who are joyous, people who are happy, they tend to buy a vanilla most scented. So when you walk to a store, and myself, I am a very jolly person.
Yes.
So I advise you to buy a vanilla scent. Then 3, also floral people who love flowers, they tend to be very emotional people. So if you look at your products and you say, yeah, I'm a very emotional kind of person, then you need to go and get a floral scent. So these floral scents are very nice. So you pick one, because floral scents are emotional people. So if you look at yourself and you see, I'm a very emotional kind of person, then pick that kind of fragrance. 4, occasion. Don't just buy a perfume. We wear perfume for different occasions.
Yeah.
I have quite a number of them. So when I want to go to the club, I choose my perfume for the club. When I want to go to a meeting, I choose a perfume for a meeting. When I want to go for a date, I choose a perfume for a date. When I want to go and get compliments, I choose a compliment getter perfumes. So also buy depending on the occasion. And lastly, the weather.
Oh.
Yes. So when you're buying this perfume, also go and check out the weather. What is the weather? That is why we have what we call summer scents. Summer scents are perfumes worn when there's high heat. You wear them only during winter. Good example is Dolce & Gabbana, light blue intense. Fantastic for the summer. There's always winter. So what do you wear during winter? That is when you go for perfumes like Spice Bomb Extreme. These are very nice perfumes worn during winter. So you don't want to find yourself, you're wearing a sweet scent and it's very high hot. So you end up smelling like, sorry to say, but Al-Shabaab Arabs. You understand? It's that kind of irritating scent.
Yeah.
Why? It is a good scent, but it's being worn on a bad weather.
It's being misused.
It's being misused.
Yeah.
So you have to wear these scents with the weather. So choose the right weather, buy the fragrance. So when you enter an our store, come with that in mind. Say, I am buying this perfume because I am going for a date. Then I'll tell you the dates. I'm buying this perfume because I am going to an office. These are office scents. You understand? But then I need also to step out. Clubbing fragrances. Oh, it's winter. It's
where the perfume helps you to say hello before you even do.
Yes, exactly. You see, they always say, John Versace says, when you wear your full attire without a perfume, you are mute.
Marvin, I hope you're listening to this kind of inspiration. You better fix yourself, my friend. Anyhow, Ken, I'm going to hold you one more time because I still have questions, and I just can't let you go. And I believe people who are listening in right now have questions. Your website, does it have an assortment of all these perfumes?
Yes, it does.
What is the website?
www.theperfumeplusug.com.
www.theperfumeplusug.com. Get onto that website right now and have a quick look, browse and scan. Personally, I've been on the site. I know what's there. But the question came in light of someone who's listening to us for the very first time, and they want to make sense of what exactly the Perfume Plus is about and what exactly they have in store. This feels like a whole new lecture on perfumes, and I'm loving it. We're gonna get back to the music a little bit, and when we return, I'm still talking to Ken from the Perfume Plus. But for now, here's a lady who I believe uses or has a collection of perfumes in her closet. Her name is Mary J. Blige, and this one is called We Ride. It's on the night shift on 106. The Night Shift on 106.1 Next Radio. Daniel Irish Kanyerezi is my name, and I'm hanging out with Ken from the Perfume Plus. We're having an interesting conversation about perfumes, and there's quite a lot that I've learned tonight. This interview was necessary. I'm going to be honest with you. For me, when I buy a perfume, it's about how it smells. It's not about the weather. It's not about the mood. You know, like where you said that if you're going to a nightclub, there is this perfume. Yes. Do you have perfumes to wear at funerals, for example?
Not really, but when it comes to that, you just have to note that you're going to be receptive to very many people.
Yes.
So you have to be very conscious about the fragrance that you're wearing.
Yeah.
To wear. So normally we advise you go for what you call a versatile scent. So versatile scent is that kind of scent that applies to both. It's user friendly and friendly to the people around you. Normally they are not dense. You go for the EDTs. Yes.
You give an impression that they are perfume advisors at the Perfume Plus.
Most definitely.
I want to walk in there and not just swell for the dollar I'm going to spend, but get the whole experience and idea, because I think everyone needs this kind of knowledge.
Very important. And the beauty about it is when you even walk in there, we have a couple of testers. And we can guide you basing on what you want to buy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Your cheapest perfume, forgive me, trades for about how much?
100,000.
100,000.
Yes.
That's reasonable.
Yes.
Because this is something you're going to wear on special occasions. You can even keep it for a year.
Yes.
You don't have weddings all the time. You don't have engagements all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. So that comes in handy. How then do you wear a perfume?
Very important. And because you can still have a very good fragrance, but you wear it badly.
You spray it everywhere. You open your armpits and
mistakes.
Yeah.
So when you wear this fragrance, you need to understand that first thing that I have to clear on air is to make it straight is fragrances are not worn on clothes, because I've seen people do that a lot.
Yeah.
Fragrances are supposed to be worn on the skin, on body. Because the reason why we wear them on the skin and body is because this is where we sweat more. High perspiration. So you have to identify the spots that sweat more. That is where you apply more of fragrances, and not necessarily all the spots. And for the purposes of the listeners, maybe I would say normally I advise people to go for 5 sprays. One of the sprays should be behind each ear, and I'll explain why later. So the right ear, the left ear, behind the ear. Another spot that is very important is below the chin, the neck, you see around the neck. And then the fourth one, you can still apply behind your neck. So you have 2 on the ears, 1 on the chin, and then 1 behind. But if you're wearing like a short sleeved, then go in between the arms, because these are the most concentrated parts. So the reason why we wear the fragrances behind the ear is because you want to create an aroma. Maybe somebody is walking in and the weather is good, so assuming some nice wind is coming from behind. So it hits your ear, then straight to the person in front of you. So that is called, in perfumery world, we call it a sillage. So you want to leave a sillage behind.
Wow. Okay.
So that kind of aroma where you feel somebody was here. You found yourself in such a situation. Now that scent that you leave behind, we call it a sillage.
That kind of impression that you give
Yes,
off.
so somebody say he was here. So you want to leave it behind. You understand? Hand in hand with the projection. So when you want your perfume to project well, that is now you put it around behind the neck and in front of the neck. So when you start sweating, it comes out.
Nice.
So wear the perfumes, 2 behind each ear, behind the back, in front of the chin, and 2 in between your arms.
Wow. This business of spraying and wasting your perfume in clothes doesn't quite resonate.
Doesn't quite, because you will stain your cloth in the first place.
Every Thursday on this show, I host an interesting feature called the Singles Edition. And normally, I help singles meet love. I read out their profiles and then people meet and go on dates.
Yes.
So this knowledge is very essential. Let the perfume do most of the talking. Let it create an impression. Let it create a moment that will last. Where someone will say, "Oh, I met Marvin. He's a great guy. He knows how to take care of himself. He's an exotic fellow." Yeah. It should set the tone and pace for whatever kind of conversation that you're going to have with a person. And I believe you have unisex perfumes, right?
Yes, they do have.
Males and female.
Yes.
That's what we mean when we say unisex. Unisex is both men and women. So, someone is listening in right now, and the first thing they want to do tomorrow is walk into your shop. It's a public holiday. Are you open for business?
Yes, we are open for business.
Okay, so that hero who wants to walk into your shop tomorrow,
Yes.
what time are you open?
Normally we get during holidays we open by 9, but normal working days by 8.
Okay, and where are your stores or shops found?
So you can find us at Market Plaza,
Where is Market Plaza?
Market Street, near Energy Center, Equity Bank. So we're just next to it.
Very busy place, by the way.
Just very busy. So immediately after the Equity Bank, just slope down, you'll see Market Plaza, slope basement, shop B40.
Shop B40.
Or you can still come to Arena Mall in Zambia.
The other one that looks like a
stadium?
football pitch stadium.
Yes. Unit 19.
Unit 19.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. It's honestly been a wonderful conversation, Ken. And, you just pointed at something. What's going on here?
I thought I cannot just leave this studio without letting you smell good.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. Please, someone needs to come here and take photos for this handover. You got me a perfume.
Yes, I got your perfume. And because prior to coming to this interview,
Yes.
I had done a little bit of research and I realized you are a badminton champion.
Exactly.
And I got you something for that moment.
Oh, wow. So this one is for just badminton.
Yes, and
It's
out.
not for being sprayed around.
No, badminton and maybe on a stepping to the club.
Nice. How can I say thank you, really? I can't thank you enough.
welcome.
Let me even first go pick my perfume.
Yes.
Wow.
I got you
so much,
covered.
my
man.
guy.
Yes.
That
is yours now.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure today you're going to get a lot of compliments.
Today you've actually made history. It's the first time I walk off a microphone to walk to my guest stable. If you're watching live on Afro Mobile, the guys at Perfume Plus have given me this very brilliant perfume. You can actually Google, and I believe it's on the website.
Yes.
On www.theperfumeplusug.com. It's called Black Hot.
Yes.
Oh, it's Hot Black.
Hot black.
Hot Black.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. There is a lot of French here.
There's the Oud Parfum.
Oh, this is the Oud Parfum.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's
Wow.
spicy, a little bit with what you call licorice, bergamot, so to bring out the real vibe about
So
it.
this one I also sprayed behind the ears,
Yes,
left
yes.
and right.
Yes, because you need attention. Because I've seen your compliment getter. That is fantastic.
Wow, this is really nice. If you're watching on Star Times channel 243, and you want to smell like me, because for me, like to Simbudi, hey, just check out the Perfume Plus. They have a wonderful store and they have these amazing perfumes. I know, and in the building, I have a friend of mine called Marvin. He's quite a stalker. I don't know if this will be safe while I do the show, but I'll find a way of hiding it from him. But well, Ken, thank you so much for making time to pass by here. This conversation has been wonderful, and I believe you and I can engage pretty soon to talk more about perfumes.
Most definitely.
Yeah. And is there a phone number in case someone wants to call and maybe make an order? Is there maybe a way that you guys do deliveries, or someone has to just walk to your shop?
No, you can still give you deliveries.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to come if you in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You can reach me on 0783
0783
84
84
88
88
85.
85.
Yes.
Read that number again.
0783
0783
84
84
88
88
85.
85. Yes. And they speak to you directly.
They can call me directly.
You're only on MTN, no Airtel?
No, I have Airtel 0701
0701
999
999
190.
190. Let's go slower on the Airtel as well. Read it again, please.
0701
0701
999
999
190.
190. Ken, it's been a pleasure, and I can't wait to get feedback from the amazing clients that are going to walk into your store. I'll personally also come by for a visit. I need to experience the ambience and aroma of the place. I believe the whole place is smelling perfumes.
Exactly.
Have a good night, Ken.
You
the
too.
night shift continues.
Another one is coming. Hey, yo.